Hello, everyone. Good evening or afternoon times, and welcome back to the Tales of the. I can't talk today. To the Tales of Southern Thedas Dragon Age Origins. So last time, Carolina and company made it to Lothering, a small outpost on the Imperial Highway that was basically in full evacuation mode because the Darkspawn horde was upon them. Um, we did some minor jobs to one, gain some XP, two, help out as best we could. We also recruited two more people to our cause. We've got the Konari Sten and Liliana, the Orlesian bard that turned to the Chantry. Then we made our first camp, and now we're going to try and, do some talking with people. And then we're going to head to do Dragon Age Origins Soul free Day 1 DLC, which is, what is it? Sulker's Pass, which is Shale's thing. But we do have, since we just spawned in, we're going to go ahead and gain a few levels here with my books. So I got a theory. Can I just... Oh, nope, she can't. Okay, not yet. Fair enough. Alright. Okay, we'll get that one first. Set those away. Level up. Get our cunning up to 30. Start upping our strength. We'll go ahead and put a point in survival. Every good ranger should have that. That's great. Let's get the Arrow of Slaying. That'll be fun. Okay. Let's see here. Pinning shot. I'm actually gonna put here. Put Arrow of Slaying there. Gonna put the archery stuff up front. Slaying, crippling, shattering, critical, and then the melee stuff can go here. Alright. I think we're in a good position. Let's go ahead and talk with Stan.
Yes.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Never mind.
Very well.
Discuss something
Speak
mentioned.
then.
Not for now.
Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Well, that was enlightening. Okay. This guy goes to Soldier's Peak. We're gonna not talk with him right at the moment. Yeah, great. My Twitch notification just went live. Great. Thank you, Twitch. Talk with Liliana.
Yes? Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry Cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
Doesn't sound very omnipotent then, is he? Kind of prefer your ideas to the Chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
Okay, so she approved. We're gonna save Alistair for last.
I await your command.
So life in the wilds must have been lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
But eventually you left?
Such simple pleasures will only enthrall for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
I, being compassionate, would probably say this, but knowing Morgan and Flemeth, we're gonna go say Flemeth was right, no doubt.
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
All right. We got approval. Now we'll talk with Alistair.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly? No, actually, let's... So, you said this Arl Eamon raised you.
Oh, did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
Well, that would explain the smell. No. Fuck. I want to be sarcastic, but I also don't want to be, you know, hurtful. Let's. So it'll either be really that must have been tough for him, or that would explain the smell. Where's first party camp? Well, it doesn't really say. Oh, fuck. Well, balls. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So we can say this. That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
I thought the Chantry would have beaten that out of you. Or, no, let's do... So does the Horrid Darkspawn, I'm told.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be.
Oh, shit,
I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Oops. Oh, well, but you blamed him then, I take it.
I was young and resentful and not very pious. Of course I blamed him. I remember screaming at him like a little child. Well, I was a child, so I doubt he was surprised. Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
An awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
Well, are you sure he isn't your father?
Yes, I'm quite sure. At any rate, I don't look anything like him. You'll see for yourself. Not that it stopped the rumors any. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Well, Alistair, from what I'm hearing, just because Eamon wasn't your father, that doesn't mean he wasn't your dad. Alright, now before we head out, we do have these gifts. Or the feast day gifts, I think. Oh, I have to buy them. That's right.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Alright, so, let's see here. Can't afford any of that crap. Conspirator's foil. Proving helm. We're gonna eventually give Alistair the Blood Dragon stuff. Oh yeah, I need to equip that. Okay, here we go. So, the gifts for the feast day and gifts and pranks is a DLC pack. And the gifts, I mean, I think both of them came from April Fool's Day. So, but the gifts will give the recipient plus 50 to their approval rating. Ooh. Okay. That'll be interesting. And each of them is tied to a companion. For example, the Grey Warden hand puppet is a toy for Alistair. So yeah, we're definitely going to grab that. Stick is for the dog. And anyone can throw the stick for Barkspawn to fetch, so we're going to give that. The fat loot is for Liliana. She'll eventually play it, just randomly. King Mark's shield is for the secret companion. But we're not going to get it because, I mean, we're not ever going to recruit the secret companion. We're going to kill him. The Alistair doll is for Morgan. It's Voodoo doll. And if Alistair and her are in the same party, she can use the doll to give Alistair injuries. I might regret giving her this. But, whatever. I can heal it, right? The beard flask is obviously for R, or Ogren. And it'll eventually give him +2 strength. Pet rock is for Shale. It just becomes a pet rock that Shale can play with. The Canary Prayers for the Dead is for Sten, obviously. He can read it and revive any fallen party members, so this will be important for him. The Amulet of Memories is for Wynn, and she can use it to summon characters known to her. And then the rare Antivan brandy will eventually be for Zevran, and it will give him +2 dex. Now then there's also the Feast Day Pranks, where you give someone these and they lose 50 approval. There's the complete genealogy of the kings of Ferelden. Alistair's not going to like this. The Cone of Shame for Barkspawn. Places any equipped Mabari collar with the protective cone. If you give Barkspawn the cone and then the stick, the dog Barkspawn actually acquires the dexterity bonus companion skills for having +100 approval. We're still not going to do that. The ugly boots are for Liliana. The Orlesian mask. I don't. Oh, it's for the secret companion. The Chant of Light on a bridge is probably from Morgan. Yep. Scented soap is for Ogren. The butterfly sword is for Sten. The cat lady's hobble stick is for Win. And then the chastity belt is for Zevran. And of course, the uncrushable pigeon is for Shale. What's up, Ross? Welcome to stream. Alright. So let's go ahead and give our companions their stuffs. Okay, so Sten, we're going to give you the Canary Book of the Dead.
I am impressed.
Or
My
Prayers from the
thanks.
Dead. Then Liliana is going to get the fat loot.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know.
Morgan will get the Alistair doll.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
Alistair will get the Grey Warden hand puppet.
I could get used to this, you know.
And Barkspawn gets the stick. Alright, let's talk to people now that their approval has been increased. Maybe we'll get more stuffs. Holy crap.
Oh, why, you little...
What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Well, he is a war dog.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Who is a good puppy?
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
I would never feed you another human being.
It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Alistair, quit harassing my dog. You're gonna have to live with him. What? You heard me.
Have I ever told you I really like the way you wear your hair?
Okay, we're going straight in the romance option. Uh, Really, it's so stubborn sometimes.
It's very nice, and it suits you. Simple. Not like the elaborate hairstyles we wore in Orlais. They involved flowers, ribbons, jewels. 1 year, feathers were all the rage, and Lady Elise decided she needed to outdo everyone else, and actually wore live songbirds in her voluminous hair. The chirping was quite charming for a while, but you must realize, terrified little birdies often have loose bowels.
Poor Lady Elise.
Yes, you can imagine what she looked like by the end of the evening. But I was trying to say something nice to you, wasn't I? Oh, forgive me. My mind wanders so. It's just that I feel so comfortable talking to you. Like I could say anything and you wouldn't judge me.
Well, we are friends, aren't we?
Yes, very much so. I haven't felt this close to anyone in a long time. I really enjoy your company.
You're a treasured friend, Liliana.
Thank you. I am honored that you feel that way.
Now, don't get me wrong, Liliana's romance is adorable. But we're playing for the throne, and Liliana is not going to help us get there.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
Callow? You thought I was callow?
You sound surprised. You must have heard this before. You'll get over it. Eventually.
So really, tell me now why you were caged.
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Exactly what happened.
I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
It sounds like what happened to me in Ostagar.
I heard the stories of Ostagar. Your kith stood their ground when others fled. No one can do more than that. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
And then?
I killed them. With my bare hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade.
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
That sounds a lot like it got inspired from the real life Spartans. Although substitute sword with shield. Or as legend has it, Spartan wives often told their husbands as they went off to battle, come home with your shield or on it. Because since the shields were so heavy, if you came home without it, that meant you deserted. Because there's no way you'd be able to desert while lugging a shield. And then you'd be executed on sight, because how dare you desert your brothers in arms? You're a vital component in the phalanx. So dishonor. And so that's kind of some of what the Qunari are doing here. If you come home without your sword, you deserted. You abandoned the Qun. You abandoned your brothers. So, dishonor. You die. I'm gonna say, couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where'd you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Callanhad.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
New quest, Sword of the Barasad. Alright, we'll talk with Morgan.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Have you ever been hunted by the Chantry?
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I almost feel sorry for the Templars.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Well, surely more would have followed.
Sometimes. Eventually. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
What exactly is an apostate?
You do not know? The Zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The Chantry sees any mages not leashed to the Circle of Magi as apostates. And apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true. Still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Well, if I were a mage, I might think the same. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Dialogue. Approval. By the Chantry. I'm just gonna say, if I were a mage, I'd think the same.
Thank you for small favors, then, at the very least.
Oh, well, fuck
Enough
you.
of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Disapproves? Well, let's see here. You're still 78. That's fine. What caused her to oh, that's why. I said I feel sorry for the template. Okay. Oops.
Something on your mind?
Okay, I can start this. Has anyone told you how handsome you are? Especially, considering um, I'm a noble and I want to be. No.
Not unless they were asking me for a favor. Well, there was that one time in Denerim, but those women were not like you. Why? Is this your way of telling me you think I'm handsome?
Hello, Ember's Tale. Welcome to Strem. We are playing a slightly modded Dragon Age Origins on the PC. And we are a human noble. We just finished Lothering. This is a great game. I like it too. We're a human noble. We are a rogue ranger. And we're trying to become Queen of Ferelden, so we're going to be romancing Alistair here. And if it is, what then?
Oh, nothing much. I just get to grin a bit and look foolish for a while.
Alright. But let's see. As you can see, we've got 27 strength, 34 dex, 14 willpower, 12 magic, 30 cunning, 16 con. We are equipped with all these talents here. One of the mods I do have on is every time I load the game, I get talent books. So that's why I have more than usual. And skills, we've got these maxed out because I'm a little bit of a kleptomaniac. And as for our arms and armor, we're primarily a ranger. And we've got the battle dress of the provocateur from Liliana's song. Oh yeah, I need to equip that for more money. But we also have got the family sword. And I'm hoping that one of the mods that will start to work here now that we can get to camp is that the family sword, or whatever we're equipped, will level up with us. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and save the game here. We're going to ignore him for now. Alright, let's get Alistair.
Yes.
We'll bring Sten. And then Morgan, because we need magic. Okay, so we can go to Denerim, which is probably not a good idea this early on in the game. We can go to the Briselian outskirts, which will start the Dalish quest line. We're not going to do that right now. We can go to the Frostback Mountains, which there's no reason for us to do that quite yet. That'll also take us to Orzammar, I believe. We can go to Ben Lauren's lands, I think does return to Ostagar, but we're not going to do that yet. Lake Calenhad's docks to go to the tower. Redcliffe Village to start that. But we're actually going to go to Sulker's Pass. Because I want a golem. Or golem. Golem. Whatever. Oh, and thank you, Embers, for the follow. I don't have that notification thing. Set up to be automatic. I have to maybe look at it. Alright. Got that.
stranger. With Orzammar closed off, Old Tegra can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
What's going on in Orzammar?
There's two things I'm here for. Travel or trade. Understand?
Alright, let's see this discount of yours. Alright. Weapons. War axe. Don't have any arrows, use the bolts. Okay. Armor. Dwarven heavy armor. Let's compare to Sten here. Heavy chainmail is better. Okay. What about Alistair? Alright, let's ceremonial armored boots. Oh, none of us can wear that. Okay. We're actually going to keep what we got there. Okay. Princess's amulet. That could be useful for Morgan. Temperament. 1-8 level belt. No. Okay. Silver Sword of Mercy. Queen for Sten. Liliana. Alright. Oh, we haven't made the Sulker's Pass yet. Okay. That's right. It's like, where is the Sulker's Pass guy? Oh wait, we haven't hit that yet.
Alright.
We had a random encounter. Oh yeah. Since we have Sten here, actually Morgan. And we're gonna do that. There you go.
I am impressed. My thanks.
And then Alistair.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow.
All right.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Are you asking me to find your mule?
Oh, no. I sent the elf to do that. I wouldn't dream of asking a stranger to do it. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur
De Grosbois?
at your service.
Are you Orlesians? Well, I am Carolina. Pleased to meet you.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been
sound
one miserable
Orlesian.
disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
Well, what do you need?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
Okay, what's the catch?
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
Alright. Well, what does a control rod do?
The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes?
How do I know this will even work?
The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our troubles. He said he got it from the man who owned this golem. But to be honest, I have no idea if it will work. Hence the low price. What do you say?
How much do you want for it?
Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I paid too much to simply throw it away.
Alright, I'll take it.
Just as well.
Stan?
As I mentioned before, you'll
You're
find the
carrying
golem
it.
down south, in a town called Honleath. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
And if it doesn't?
Maybe you could look up the fellow who owned the golem before. If he's still about, that is. Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Alright! Well, we've got a control rod. Let's go down to Honleath. And, find this golem. Oh. Encounter! Are we fighting or are we buying? Looks like we're buying again. Hey, it's you again.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegger can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Yeah, let's see this. Okay, you got shit. Well, let's see here. I don't need that. 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 Alright. I forgot. Now that, let's see. Oh yeah, we're doing it for the armor bonus. That's right. Okay. Morrigan. I've got some books for you to read. Fine. Read the damn books. Alright, we can't get Arcane Master yet. Let's see here. We can't get Crushing Prism yet because it needs 30 magic, which we have 26 of, so we need 4 more points for Crushing Prism. Can do Curse Mortality. Continue spirit damage. That sounds fun. Affliction Hacks. Let's do Curse of Mortality. And then we get one more. Mana Drain. Not gonna work. Spell Shield. No. Let's do Cone of Cold. Alright. On the road again. Yay, we're in Honleith. Oh, hello. Just
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
alright.
No end to these blasted things. This'll be fun. Now we better be later.
Kaboom!
Die already! You will learn to fear me. Another battle left.
Let's grab this. Okay. Alright. Some barrel. Still the armor cured. Okay. Cool.
It's your time to shine. Now we get our man. Run while you can.
Oh, they're dead. And there goes everything.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
This. Don't need that. Got a couple gen locks here. Just
All right,
these,
all
take
right.
that. God, I can sell the stones.
You called.
Oh, hi. I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Our farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies.
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
I'll keep that in mind. When I ascend the throne, I'll send cookie recipes to Parvalen.
Shall we move on?
You sound homesick.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own, to see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saharon, tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Yeah. You left out the rotten garbage.
True. I was trying to forget that part. Shall we move on?
Don't the Canari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
I'm curious. Okay. Well, But that makes the turtle strong.
Does it? It's also his weakness. If he stumbles and falls over, it pins him on his back. It is better to armor yourself with no more than what you need. One life, one duty.
Well, that does make things simpler. But you don't think happiness is important.
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
Alright, let's go.
As you wish.
Stand and Bruise 19. He really likes dem cookies.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my
Bloodied
back?
bronze key. Okay, well, there was a chest back here that needed a key. But first, this one doesn't need
Now's
a key.
better than later.
Take those. Olaf's chest. Alright, so we got Olaf's prize cheese knife and a small chipped lightning crystal. We're going to take both of those. Okay, so our melee weapon, we've got the family sword, which we will always keep. And then the Thorn of the Dead Gods, which is a gray iron. But if we... Okay, so... Does more damage than the Thorn. It's a better crit chance. Not as much armor penetration. Oh, actually, it does have more armor penetration. Yeah, we're going to take the cheese knife. And we can also enchant it. Alright. Alright. Now we can try and activate our new golem.
What we are looking at is a golem. It would appear it is defunct, though there may be a way to revive it yet.
On closer inspection, you see that the statue is embedded with numerous crystals, some of them cracked. It may be of dwarven make. Dulif Ga! Activate the golem. Nothing happens. Apparently the rod is not working, or the code word is incorrect. Well, the dude did say if it didn't work, to try and find the guy that used to own them. There's a note there. He leveled up. Or Morgan leveled up. Okay. Creatures. Giant spider. Bar. Items. Thorn of the Dead Gods. Okay. Magic and Religion. Sacred Ashes of Andraste. Characters. Alistair. Alistair was once a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him to the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. His mother was a servant girl who died when Alistair was very young. He was raised by Eamon Gurin, Arl of Redcliffe, for a time. The Arl's wife, Isolde, suspected the reason her husband took an interest in the welfare of a servant's child was that Alistair was Eamon's son. She insisted that the boy be sent away to the Chantry. Alistair is fascinated by magic, even as his life is defined by fighting its darker manifestations. He has a fondness for strange runestones and figural studies of arcane creatures. Interesting. Arl Eamon Gurin, she's sick. Liliana, a lay sister of the Chantry who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries. A lay sister of the Chantry who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries would be notable enough, but one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair and Carolina in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful. Morgan. Of herself, Morgan says little. She does not deny being a witch of the wilds, but beyond that, everything about her is in question. Her mother claims to be Flemeth. If that's true, Morgan might well be a very powerful witch, for the tales of the daughters of Flemeth tell of twisted, monstrous women who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens, the payment, Flemeth said, for saving their lives at the Tower of Ishal. Morgan's critical eye is not reserved solely for others. Knowing or not, she has a simple fondness for jewelry, and is very particular about her appearance. Sten. The Northern Islands are remote, lush jungles that harbor cities rumored to be the most extraordinary ever built. These are the lands of the Canari, lands that no foreign eyes ever see. Only the stories of the three exultant marches waged against the giants have reached the south, until the arrival of Sten. The stoic giant in the cage was surely the strangest thing the people of Lothering had ever seen, until the Blight struck. He was sent with a small group of Canari soldiers to investigate the Blight and report back. Outside Lothering, they were ambushed by Darkspawn. They fought off the attack, but only Sten survived. Farmers found him dying and took him in, but when he awoke, alone and unarmed, he panicked, killing the entire family. Realizing he had sacrificed his honor, Sten waited for the villagers to come, and surrendered, expecting death. Song, The Adventures of the Black Fox. Quest related. A note from the council, or note from the Honleith Village Council. Mistress Matilda, the council has unanimously agreed to put you in charge of the decorations for Honleith's upcoming Harvest Festival. We all adored what you did with the village for the winter solstice. As usual, the statue must be adorned with items that capture the essence of the season. Iris kindly offered the use of her wide-brimmed straw hat with berries and daisies and would love to see it on the statue. Farmer Goodman also will donate some of his baby pumpkins. We think a garland of small pumpkins and ribbons draped about the statue's shoulders would be lovely. Whatever you decide will be splendid, I'm sure, and we're all looking forward to it. Councilman Murray. Okay, well, let's level up Morgan here. We're going to put it all into magic. Um, let's see here. I want to... Should I go Flame Blast or Shock? Let's do Shock. Okay. Let's see here. Morgan's level 8, level 7, level 7, level 7. Okay. Well, ooh, we can go down there. Willem's Cellar. Now let's just take this. And this. Oh, shit. Come on, Stan. Don't die on me now.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Then we'll do that. Then we'll do that. Then we'll do... Yep, shit.
I'll get on it.
Grab that.
Got it.
This. Still another armor cured. That's good. I can sell that later. Shark corpse.
Alright, alright. Now's better than later.
And they all love poisons, don't they? Oop. Willem's Special Brew. Gift for anyone. Okay. Alrighty, everyone's dead. That's good. Let's just grab that. Just gonna grab glowing
Alright,
crystal.
alright.
We're gonna loot him.
by the Maker. We're saved.
What's up?
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
I'm actually looking for whoever owned that statue outside.
The statue outside? Why would... Oh, I think I see. You bought the control rod, didn't you? You came here looking for shale.
To be honest, I didn't know that the village was being overrun. Apologies.
That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance.
Killed your father, what do you mean?
My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais. And what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake shale up, well, it's yours now.
I'm curious about this place, actually. Where are we?
This was my father's laboratory, beneath his tower. Or it was, anyhow. Look, I know you probably have more important things on your mind, but I really need your help. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
I know she's still alive.
I don't, it's true. I'm terrified that something's happened to her and she's lying in there, injured. I can't leave here until I know for certain. Surely you can understand that.
Alright, I'll see if I can find her.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
First... Damn it. I tried to steal from it. Alright.
Now's better than later.
Fracture stone, just give me that. Oh boy.
You cannot win!
Yay, we win. Shit. Grab that. Harvest Festival Ring. +2 strength, +2 dex, +4 attack. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's look at the Harvest Festival Ring. We're gonna do that. And let's take a look at these gifts. Remarkable Greenstone. Special brew. Okay. Now. Ooh, chest. Injury kit. Alright, Ross. That. Dream manifest. Well, let's take all of it. I'm doing a lot better than I was this morning. For those of you in the Discord, you know how my morning started. woke up with a migraine because of storms. But as the storms passed, my migraine went away, so I'm good. You know, then other than the fact that Iceman flew beyond the outer rim, so to speak. And by Iceman, I mean Val Kilmer. I loved him in Top Gun and Tombstone.
I'll get on it.
He was an okay Batman, but I mean, he wasn't the worst, but I wouldn't say he was the best either.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree?
Well,
Don't cats like to be in
this is
trees?
gonna be interesting. I think we found the daughter.
Oh, look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
Good, you're safe. Your father was worried.
Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and stay with us, too. Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
The cat finds me distracting.
Kitty's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
That's not really a cat, is it?
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
Right. What are you really?
I am a cat, really. Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
I'm hearing a voice of the Legion. Alright, well, I can't leave without the girl.
It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts.
Okay.
Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
Let you have the girl? You mean possess her?
That's such a crude way of putting it.
But you're
I
not
do not
denying
wish
it.
to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Is that so wrong?
Sure. I'll free you, and then you can have the girl. Roll bluff.
Thank you. You are very
Nat
gracious.
20.
The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting. Kitty is going to be free. I've always wanted a cat.
Sure,
and Kitty is
Kitty's
so
gonna be
perfect
free.
and pretty.
Gotcha. Alright, so, we're going to tell everyone else to chill so they don't get burned. Alright, now this is a slide puzzle. I'm not good at these, so I'm gonna look it up. Alright, so,
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
7 solutions. But we're gonna go with this one. So first, we move that thing up. Then left, left,
Father doesn't like cats, but he never
Down.
had Kitty.
left. Oh shit. Ow, ow, ow. Alright. Okay. Up,
I'll get on it.
up.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Right.
Now's better than later.
Right. Down. Left.
I'll get on it.
Up.
Can I
Up.
get you a ladder so you can
He's
get
my
onto
best
back?
friend.
Right. Down. Right. Up.
I was thinking about
Right.
the sun, silly.
Down. Ow, 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 ow.
Yes. I can feel the magic fading. Oh, I had forgotten.
All right,
how
thank
it
you for the
feels
lyric
not
cross.
to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us.
Alright, so, I said I'd free you. I never said I'd let you live.
Betrayal. You will not take the girl. She is mine.
Kitty! You're scaring me! I won't let you inside me! I won't!
That sounds so wrong. Get out of here. The grown-ups have to fight a demon. Oh no, Morrigan disapproves. Ow! Alright, so we got the Helm of Hanleith. It's a heavy helmet. And it's a +2 to all attributes and a +3 armor. Core to Shattered Dreams, restricted to mages, so we're going to give that to Morrigan. Alright, we're going to take all that. Alright, let's put the Helm of Hanleith on. Oh yeah, that looks totally natural. But it boosts our stats. And then Morrigan. You have no belt. Now you do. There you go. Come on. Oh, hello. Oh, shit. Get over here.
Someone's gonna fall and it's your
I forgot to tell you guys you can move. Whoops. Alright. Sten levels up, so we're going to give him 30 strength and another constitution. Let's see here. Bravery, which gives him bonus damage, DR, and SR, as well as bonus to crit. This is a possibility. So here we could also do Shattering Blows. 10 strength. Oh, you're stunning blow. I think we're gonna do bravery. Alright.
You did it! You freed her! Thank you so much!
You're welcome.
I'm sorry I ran away, Daddy. I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. You'll need a phrase to activate Shale. It's Dulan Han. I wouldn't want the thing, but it's obvious you can handle yourself just fine. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
You're welcome. All right. I'm just gonna go out this way. Hello, Cross. Welcome to Strim. We're about to get our golem. For thousands of years, I lay dormant. Who has disturbed my... Ooh, Dragon Age Origins. Cool. But yeah, catch up. We just finished fighting to get the actual phrase to activate Shale. We are currently almost level 9. Or level 8. Never mind. Our heroic accomplishment so far, most powerful foe slain is the ogre. But thanks to mods, we've got a lot of talents and skills. All right. Dulan Han.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
And how do you know I'm not a mage?
It thinks these crystals are simply for show, I see. Huh. I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
And the villagers had no idea they were being watched. Creepy.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Gollum.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
I mean, not all of them, no.
Some got away, then. How unfortunate.
You didn't care for them, I take it.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be.
Fair enough.
Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Alright, do you have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
It certainly does. Right in its hand.
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Alright, walk over there.
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
Well, shouldn't you be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
Well, other than, enlisting your help against the Darkspawn, I didn't really give it much thought.
I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
Well, are you gonna keep calling me it?
Yes, very likely.
Okay. You killed your former master.
Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded and barked orders. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, "Gollum, stop crushing my head." Ah!
Okay, I notice you didn't call him it.
Yes, I'm just funny that way.
Fair enough. Well, what do you want to do?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough?
Well, you're welcome to come with me.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous and large.
Think of it as a portable battering ram.
Good point. Better it than me, anyhow.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I am Carolina. Pleased to meet you.
This should be interesting.
All right. We're going to leave Sten at home.
Yes.
And we're going to bring in Shale. All right, we leveled up. We're going to get our dex up to 30. We're going to increase our survival. Because any good ranger needs to have survival. Then we'll go with trap making. I'm going to ignore these talents because this is basically the AI doing what it wants with it. I don't know how to work any of this shit. So, yeah. Next, we're going to do mechanical expertise. Alright, let's level up Alistair. Let's give him some willpower, some dex, some con. Next. We can do threaten, taunt, or we can do shield wall. Let's do shield wall. All right. Now. Let's have a word with Shale here. What's with the heavy sighs?
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Well, glad to know you care at least.
It's true. One single tear, and then it's off to the north, I think. Or maybe west. I haven't decided. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
Okay. God, this helmet looks weird with the light armor there. All right. We've got a present, or we got some stuff for Shale. We're going to give it. a small, flawed fire crystal. And then for armor, we're going to do the large chipped fire crystal. Actually, no. Lightning crystal. And then for gifts, let's give her the pet rock.
Ooh, shiny.
Now, what should we name the rock? What would be a good name for a rock? I got it. Okay, hear me out. Brock. Like from Pokemon. There you go, Brock. Alright, let's,
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
Oh, no. They are quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Alright, well, with nothing left to do here, well, I guess we can... Oh, no, wait, that's where we came out of. Never mind. Now, with nothing left to do, time to head out. Dude, we could have eaten that. Alright, we're gonna head back to camp.
I don't understand. You look like a woman.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, there's a way to do this without completely pissing Sten off. Okay, here we go. What's not to understand about that?
You are a Grey Warden, so it follows that you can't be a woman. Grey Wardens can't be women? Women are priests, artisans, shopkeepers, or farmers. They don't fight.
That's not a universal truth. Some women fight.
Why would women ever wish to be men? That makes no sense. You think they can't be women because women don't fight. Exactly.
Well, granted, women should not fight the same way as a man fights. A man would fight brute strength head on, while a woman would use their more agile build to knock an opponent off guard. But that doesn't mean they can't fight. Yeah. Let's see here. We're going around in circles here.
I don't know what to make of you. Perhaps this is a quality of Grey Wardens I had not heard about. A person is born, Gunari or human or elven or dwarf. He doesn't choose that. The size of his hands, whether he is clever or foolish, the land he comes from, the color of his hair, these are beyond his control. We do not choose, we simply are.
But a person can choose what to do.
Can they? We'll see.
Okay. Well, first off, let's talk with Sandal.
Enchantment?
I'd like some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Alright, so let's do the Journeyman Lightning Rune for now.
Enchantment?
I want to see what other goods you have.
Oh, certainly. I can do that for you. Just come with me.
Oh, okay. We don't want the chip stuff. We don't need this. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. I'm gonna throw that away. Don't need that. We'll just get rid of one of these. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. The chipped ones are no good. Same thing. Okay. That gains spell resistance. Flame rune. Fire damage. Lightning damage. Master lightning rune. Huh. Extra lightning rune. Let's see here. Don't need those. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. Yeah, let's get that master lighting room. All right. Now.
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
Enchantment!
We're just gonna put lighting runes in there. We're gonna take that off and put the slow rune on. There we go. Okay, let's talk with everyone. We'll talk with Shale first.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
That's super. Thanks, Shale.
Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes?
I mean, I am a noble.
Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Well, my father was the Terran of Highever.
Oh, then that must be it. I knew there had to be some reason, it being a human and all. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
And we wouldn't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, Let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
Indeed.
It speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Not really, no. How did you end up in Honleith? Do you remember?
Oh, yes. That I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
You didn't like this Willem, I take it.
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Oh, absolutely. A fortune, in fact.
Good. Clearly, I am worth it.
I would have thought you had enjoyed scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it.
Fair.
In front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself.
Yeah. But why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife.
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
That's kind of a joke about the devs. Shale was supposed to be bigger, but she couldn't fit through doors. So they made her smaller. How does one shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of nerve.
Do you remember anything before Honleith?
Good. I was just about done talking about it.
I hit the wrong button.
It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Alright, well. Let's talk more again.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
Human? Question mark?
Oh, she certainly was human. Once. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the Chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I'm more interested in the truth.
I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful. A fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife. And Osen agreed.
I mean, I'm a noble. So, while this is morally apprehensible to me, or reprehensible to me, but, it happens all the time. They're called political marriages, so I guess it seems like a fair deal.
Aye, it was. It was Flemeth who suggested the arrangement in the first place.
Ah, fair enough.
All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
She spoke to spirits, or no, but wasn't she now married to a wealthier man?
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him.
Fair enough.
Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which, she never invaded, or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
The legends tell Flemeth of having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
Well, that's an interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died. Very recently, in fact.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Alright, Stan, what's up?
You called.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
Never mind.
Then I suggest we move on.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never mind.
Very well.
Let's go.
As you wish.
All right. Liliana.
Something I can help with?
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
So your skills were learned before your time in the Chantry?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Okay. Codex updated. Okay, navigator G. Okay. Fine. We can pick this up later.
So, all this time we've spent together, you know, the tragedy, the brushes with death, the constant battles with the whole blight looming over us. Will you miss it once it's over?
Miss the constant battles or miss you?
I know it might sound strange, considering we haven't known each other for very long, but I've come to care for you a great deal. I think maybe it's because we've gone through so much together.
We actually haven't, but okay.
Or maybe I'm imagining it.
Well, I mean,
Maybe I'm fooling
we haven't gone
myself.
through many events,
Am I?
but they were pretty
Fooling myself?
intense
Or
events.
do you think you might ever feel the same way about me?
All right, so Alistair is going to be the love interest for Carolina for multiple reasons. One, we want to be Queen of Ferelden, and Alistair will get us the throne. Two, Alistair's fucking adorkable, and like me, Carolina has that weakness. So, yeah. We're going to say, I think I already do.
So I fooled you, did I? Good to know. That wasn't too soon, was it?
No. Okay, hold on. I'm leaning towards this one, but I want to make sure that number 3 isn't bad. I'm pretty sure it's good, but I just want to make sure. Let's hear. Hamster. Well, fuck it. I don't know. I need more testing to be sure.
Well, I'll have to arrange that then, won't I? Maker's breath, but you're beautiful. I am a lucky man. Now, let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here.
Alright.
Your desire is my command. Of course.
If you were raised in a chantry, have you never...
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
You know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter?
Um, no, now you're making fun of me.
Make fun of you, dear lady? Perish the thought. Well, tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
No. No, I've never licked a lamppost in winter.
Good. I hear it's quite painful. I remember one of the younger initiates did it on a dare once, and there was pointing and laughing. Oh, humanity. I myself have also never done it. That. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course, but you know.
You've never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry is not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They taught me to be a gentleman, especially in the presence of beautiful women such as yourself. That's not so bad, is it?
You think I'm beautiful. I'm just fishing for compliments.
Of course you are, and you know it. You're ravishing, resourceful, and all those other things you probably hurt me for not saying.
Oh, you flatter me.
That's what I'm here for. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. Let us be off then, lest your risque talk make my ears blush.
So, apparently he's got game a lot more than me. I'm kind of jealous. Let's see here. It's about 2 hours stream time. We're gonna go ahead and call it here. On the off chance that, well, we do have an evening stream. I'm thinking it's gonna be Floof Crew plays Baldur's Gate 3, but I haven't heard back from one member of the Floof Crew, so I'm not entirely sure. But it should start around 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, so that will be about an hour 45 from now. But we're gonna go ahead and call the stream here. Let me just go ahead and save the game. Hard save here. Tomorrow, we're going to do a double feature of the aircraft showcase. We're looking at 2 planes, the Tornado GR4 and the FA-18F Super Hornet. And that's an Ace Combat 6. Then Friday, in Dragon Age Origins, we are going to be heading to Redcliffe to find out what happened to Arl Eamon and see if we can convince the armies of Redcliffe to stand by us when the time comes to fight the Darkspawn. Then Friday night, we're going to in Arkham City. We're heading to the Bowery, more specifically to the museum, to rescue Mr. Freeze from the Penguin, because he's the one that can make the cure for the Joker's Titan blood. Then Saturday in Cyberpunk, we're going to be doing odd jobs until Takamura calls us and asks us to help him with the parade floats. Because I think we've got 2 missions left in Takamura's quest line. And then Saturday evening, since there's not going to be D&D, we're going to go ahead and do the stream that was gonna be Monday, but I had invitation at the last minute on Monday, so we weren't able to do it then. But we're going to do, or Saturday evening will be the finale for Final Fantasy X. We're gonna fight Sin. I have family plans on Sunday, so probably no stream then. Mama Raz wants to do a get together, so I'm going to be doing that. And then Monday, or next Monday, we're going to start Final Fantasy X-2. And then next week, Wednesday, afternoon stream will be Cyberpunk. The Wednesday afternoon stream will alternate between Dragon Age Origins and Cyberpunk. But anywho, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. Thank you, Ember's Tale, for the follow. And I will see you guys in about just under 2 hours for Baldur's Gate 3 with the Floof crew. Or something else. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, have a good afternoon, everybody.